Facebook Live, we have arrived one more time. Let's get ready to get it in.
Conference muted. Conference recording started.
I want to thank everybody for chiming in. This is Watchman Yahudah Israel, also known as Pastor Derek Man, on the early What I See Through Scripture Study and Prayer Line on this 23rd day in October 2019. Let's get ready to get it in, y'all. Let's go to Ephesians, 3rd chapter on this morning. Don Deems, Nicole Robinson, Big Sean Watson in the building. Hallelujah. Shalom, shalom, y'all. Cam and Fee and Mother Joyce and Stone and G-Man. Hallelujah. Lisa and Al and Charvet. Steel Wheel, Big Mark. It's going down in the town, y'all. It's going down. Demina, good to see you on. Ephesians, the 3rd tab, Teresa. Good to see you, young lady. Shalom, shalom, Aki. Ephesians 3 and 1. Look what it say. For this cause I, Paul, the prisoner of Yahushua HaMashiach, for you Gentiles, if you have heard of the dispensation, of the grace of Yah, which is given to me to you word, how that by revelation he made known unto me the mystery, as I wrote aforetime in a few words, whereby when you read you understood my knowledge in the mystery of the Mashiach, which in other ages were not made known unto the sons of men, as it is now revealed unto his holy apostles and prophets by the Ruach, that the Gentiles should be fellow heirs of the same body, partakers of the promise in the Mashiach by the Bessareh, the gospel, y'all. Wherefore I was made a minister according to the gift of the unmerited favor of Yah, unto me by the effectual working of his power. Unto me, whom am least in the least of all saints, is the grace given, that I should preach among the Gentiles the unsearchable riches of the Mashiach, and to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which is from, this is the part I really want to dive in on, right? But anyway, and to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery. And to make all men see what is the fellowship of the mystery, which from the beginning of the world hath been hid in Yah, who created all things by Yahushua HaMashiach, to the intent that now unto the principalities and powers in heavenly places might be known by the ecclesia the manifold wisdom of Yah, according to the eternal purpose which he purposed in Yahushua HaMashiach, our Adonai, in whom you have boldness and access with confidence by the faith of him. Wherefore I desire that you faint not at my tribulation for ye, which is tribulation for you, which is your glory. Excuse me, y'all. For this cause I bow my knee unto the Father of our Adonai, of the Mashiach, of whom the family in heaven and earth is named, that he grant you according to the riches of his glory to be strengthened with might by his Ruach in the inner man, that the Mashiach may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye be rooted and grounded in love, may be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth, the length, and the depth, and the height, and to know the love of the Mashiach, which passes knowledge, that you might be filled with all fullness of Yah. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, according to the power that worketh in us. Unto him be glory in the ecclesia by Yahushua Mashiach throughout all ages, world without end. Amen. Okay, y'all, I read the whole chapter. Now, let me grab what I want. I'm going to go to the 16th. That he would grant you according to the riches. I'm going to do 15 too. Of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named. That he would grant you according to his riches of his glory. That he would grant you, right? That he would grant you according to the riches of his glory to be strengthened with might in his ruah, in the inner man. So he's going to strengthen us in our inner man, right? That the Mashiach may dwell in our hearts by faith, that you be rooted and grounded in love. We're going to work through from there, right? Look. You notice how, did y'all notice, hopefully y'all read, but did y'all notice how, okay, I'll go from the beginning. I'll involve the whole chapter, but see, when Adam went against the Most High, and what he did was he didn't have faith. He went against him. He turned on him for his wife. And his wife got bit by the snake, the serpent, the devil, Satan, right? The adversary. And so he was looking for someone to reverse it. It was Abraham, someone that believed him, right? So he coined faith as the ingredient that would invoke him for a true relationship. That is the ingredient, to have faith in him, to trust him. How you doing, Rhea? Good to see you all. Okay. So, it was the word that was walking in the garden that was disrespected. The word came down 42 generations. Very same word. Wearing the name of the Most High, because the word is the Most High. In the beginning was the word. The word was with Yah, and the word was Yah. The same word was in the beginning with Yah. All things were made by him. Yah is the one that made all things. Who's the him? His word. If you go to the beginning, you see he was speaking. That's not another entity. That's Yah, the Ruah. Yah is the Ruah. And they that worship him must worship him in Ruah and in truth. It's the spirit, y'all. So, notice when he was dealing with Abraham, it was one seed. It wasn't seeds as in many. It was seed, singular. And when we get saved, we're baptized into that one body that has a name that's above every name. You notice how he said, if my people which are called by my name will humble themselves and pray. And from a physical standpoint, Israel wore his name. If you do a name study on Israel, Obadiah, Zechariah, Nehemiah, all the way down to El, Elohim, El Elyon, Daniel, El. His children was called by his name. Prior to being kidnapped and stripped of their names. And every time Israel went into captivity, they always wanted to change their names. Anyway, of whom the whole family in heaven and earth is named. Because our power is being in his body. Being baptized into the body is not us. It's his power. It's his power. Big E, good to see you all, man. But it's his power. See, the whole family in heaven and earth is called by that name. Look, 16th verse. That he would grant you according to the riches of his glory to be strengthened with might by the Ruah in your inner man. Excuse me. So he's strengthening us by his Ruah in our inner man. This is an inside job, y'all. He's doing something to us. We're going through the mind renewal process in the inner man, that the Mashiach might dwell in your hearts by faith. Now, don't never forget what faith is. Faith is obeying him. You don't want to switch doctrines. That's how people get tricked. Anytime they have a workless faith. You got folks that believe that they have a workless salvation. We're not saved by works. And if they learn to rightly divide the word, they'll find out that the works of the law is what it was talking about. Always a pleasure, my friend. Biggie. But that the Mashiach might dwell in your hearts by faith. He dwells in our heart by faith. He dwells in our heart by us meditating the word and obeying it. If you don't use it, you lose it. Y'all heard that term before. He tell you what to do. You're not going to be in company with someone that's telling you what to do and you don't do it. Having fellowship with him is doing what he say, and that's faith. So the Mashiach dwells in our hearts, because a heart in your chest pumps blood. It's talking about your mind, right? But that the Mashiach may dwell in your hearts by faith. Thy word have I hid in my heart, that I might not sin against thee. So the Mashiach is dwelling in our heart, and we're obeying him through faith, right? Working faith, because without works is dead. That the Mashiach may dwell in your hearts by faith, that you being rooted and grounded in love, because Yah is love. When you're dwelling in the word, you're dwelling in love. You don't fight against love. You don't fight against the word. Anytime you're obeying the word, you're walking in the spirit of love. You're walking in the Ruach, which is love. Look at the life of the Mashiach. He walked in love because it was the word that was made flesh. So if you watched his flesh, he walked in love because it was the word inside of the flesh leading the body. So that the Mashiach may dwell in your hearts by faith, that ye being rooted and grounded in love may be able to comprehend. Now he's dealing with your comprehension. May comprehend with all saints, with all believers. May be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth, what is the length, what is the depth, and what is the height. To know the love of the Mashiach. Do it say not to know or to know? It says to know the love of the Messiah. Period. You look. You know how we be believing like we can't comprehend Yah. We don't know Yah and all that. Like he can overwhelm you in his love to where you're speechless. It can't be described. You're receiving an experience with him, but I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about we need to know Yah. We've been apprehended. We need to apprehend what we was apprehended of, and here it is. He's giving it to you, right? That we might be able to comprehend with all believers, y'all, what is the breadth and the length and the depth and the height. To know the love of the Messiah, which passes knowledge, that you might be filled with all the fullness of Yah. Being filled with him. See, we receive power after the Ruach has come upon us. What makes us a new creation is we don't live after our ability no more. Our limited ability. Look. He will not suffer us to be tempted above that which we're able, but with the temptation make a way of escape that we might be able to bear. What is the way of escape? It could be circumstances, change the circumstance, but it's also supernaturally. It's also supernaturally giving us ability that we didn't have, based on our faith, based on our believing him, based on us trusting him, that the Mashiach might dwell in your hearts by faith, doing what he tell you to do. What he tell you to do, you know in your flesh, you can't do that. You can't forgive them for what they did. You can't afford to do what he tell you to do. But by faith you can. By faith you can forgive them. By faith you can be faithful. By faith, you can do the will, the call that's on your life. Had he told you from the beginning the requirements, you would have said, I can't do that. You would have been so close to your old nature. It's not that you would not have been willing to, it's that you would have believed you can't. But through getting to know him and the power of his might, through experience. That's why count it all joy when you fall into diverse temptation, knowing this, that the trying of your faith worketh patience. Another translation says experience. Patience. Waiting on him gives you experience because he shows up every time. He'll give you the power to do what he told you to do, long as you're willing to do it. You can't stop committing adultery or fornication, running around here lust bucket. You can do all things through the Mashiach that strengthens you. Your strength don't come from you, it comes from him. The Ruach. You shall receive power after his Ruach has come upon you. You're a new creation. Come on, somebody. In him. Quit doubting. You can do it. You can change if you want to. You got some folks that don't want to. You got some folks that love, for the lack of a better term, straddling the fence. They believe they're having the best of both worlds. They believe that they're living in sin and he's blessing them anyway, in spite of their sins. And that's not true. What it is, because his judgment isn't executed swiftly, speedily, is set in the heart of men to do wicked, because he hasn't come and got them yet. They believe they're getting away with it. Man, they believe they're getting away with it, and they're not. He's giving opportunity. He's giving opportunity for repentance. It's by his goodness that leads a man to repentance. See, goodness works counter to someone that got a wicked heart. You know how when you're good to someone that's wicked, they take kindness for weakness. And it's actually strength. You got to be strong to love somebody that's stabbing you and going against you. That takes strength. And what they don't understand is you're giving room for them to stop. You're giving room for them to change before you lower the boom. Come on, somebody. Hypothetically speaking, we're not lowering the boom type people. And you can lower the boom without sinning. Don't get it twisted. Meaning enough is enough. That Christ might dwell in your hearts by faith, that you be rooted and grounded in love, may be able to comprehend. Eye haven't seen, ear haven't heard, neither has it entered into the heart of man, the things which Yah has prepared for them that love him, but he has revealed them unto us. 1 Corinthians, the 2nd chapter says, he has revealed them unto us by his Ruach, by his Spirit. We know something that other people don't know. We know something. Look at, where was we at? Let me see. Okay, let me just keep reading. That the Mashiach might dwell in our hearts by faith, that you be rooted and grounded in love, may be able to comprehend with all saints what is the breadth and the length and the depth and height, full circumference, and to know the love of the Mashiach. This is the revelation. Because when you know that, you'll walk in the spirit of love. When you know that, you'll walk in the spirit of confidence. When you know that, you'll reciprocate. You'll love him back. I don't want to get drunk or high of sin. The evil nature craves. But have you ever had a craving that you don't want to do? Because it's wrong? Because it goes against the Most High? Don't get it twisted. Your evil nature craves everything that goes against the Most High. The carnal mind is enmity, hostile against Yah. We have a nature that sin feels good, it looks good, it's fun, it's desirable. But when you're born again, now you can do a comparison analysis from having the Most High and satisfying those evil desires. And it's not even, come on, y'all, serving the Most High is far more satisfying, far more appealing to the believer. Though our evil nature pulls on us, but it's blessed is the man that endureth the pull. I'm not giving in to that. I love him too much. Find somebody, fall in love with their spouse. I don't care how handsome somebody is, how sexy somebody is, how appealing physically they are, how nice they are, how white their teeth is. Doesn't matter when you're in love. Oh, come on, somebody. That the Messiah may dwell in your hearts by faith. That ye being rooted and grounded in love. Because the word is love. You're rooted and grounded in the word and you're living it. And that equates to living the life of love. And you're rooted and grounded in it, might be able to comprehend. Now you have a comprehension that's fueling you being rooted and grounded in love, right? Comprehend with all believers what is the breadth, length, depth, and height. And to know, come on, y'all, and to know the love of the Messiah, which passes knowledge. So now you're dwelling in the knowledge that passes your knowledge, which passes knowledge that you might be filled with all the fullness of the Messiah. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think. Him living inside of you and you sincere, I'm going to say it again. He's able, the word says that he's able to present us blameless for the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. But he's able to present us blameless. Those that don't love him, he's able to come like a thief in the night to catch them with their works undone. And that's what I was teaching the other day. And a prime example was in Matthew's, right? 24, 45 through 50. How a person purposed in their heart that I need a break. You know, he not coming right now, so I'm finna do me. And he's able to catch them with their works undone because it's a heart condition. Their heart not right. But when your heart is right, and you really love him, you're not plotting sin. Sin is a mistake if you sin, because you shouldn't. But if you do, you're going to the drawing board. If someone that's walking in perfection sin, they're going to the drawing board. They apologize. They're not going to cover their sin. They're going to confess it and forsake it. They're going to stop doing it. They're going to the drawing board and they apologize. And they're going to work out their soul salvation with fear and trembling, not taking kindness for weakness. I can't live like this. Been there, done that, went there, came back. I can't live like this. I'm rolling with the Most High. 19th verse, y'all. And to know the love of the Mashiach, which passes knowledge, that you might be filled with the fullness of Yah. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above. If look at this. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think. What are we asking and thinking, y'all? Aren't you asking to be saved? Aren't you thinking that you want to obey him? We need him to do above that because of our evil nature. We need his grace. His unearnable power to get it done. We just have to be willing. Didn't he say, ask and you shall receive? Seek and you shall find. Knock and it shall be opened. Here it is. Above all that we ask. We're asking to be saved. Look, if you then be risen with the Mashiach, seek those things which are above. Set your affections on things above, not on things on this earth. So what you're asking for, remember when Solomon could ask the Most High what he wanted? Most High said, what you want? He said, I need your ruah, your spirit, to rule your people. He wanted to rule his people according to the rule, to love, to righteousness. And the Most High's response was, since you didn't ask for riches, ask, seek, knock on the door to get paid. Not only am I going to give you the knowledge to rule the people, to judge my people, to rule over my people, I'm going to give you the riches as well because of your attitude. And I'm going to tell you right now, those that really believe have an attitude of gratitude. They don't want to sin against the Most High. And they know that he has the power to deliver them. They can't take the credit. Least any man should boast. They can't take the credit. That's why they're not justified by the works of the law. But they are justified by the works of faith, trusting the Most High that he going to do it. Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask. Aren't you asking? Or think. Aren't you thinking? Aren't you meditating in the word both day and night so you can be like that tree planted by the rivers of water? Isn't that your thoughts? Do you have a heavenly mind that want to please the Most High? Now unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask or think, because we need him to. After having done all to stand therefore, because he gonna come through. Having your loins girded about with truth, your feet shod with the preparation of the gospel, please. Breastplate of righteousness, the helmet of salvation. Sword of the Spirit, which is the word of Yah. Come on, somebody. According to the power that worketh in us. What power is working in us? What power is working in us? It's his Spirit. Right on, Big E. Call me, man. Call me. Let's talk. 510-938-0144. Call me. Love to talk with you. Unto him that is able to do exceedingly abundantly above all that we ask, according to the power that worketh in us. Unto him, the Most High, right? Be glory in the ecclesia, in the assembly of the believer, right? Unto him be glory in the ecclesia by Yahushua HaMashiach throughout all ages, world without end. Amen. Is that all right? Isn't that all right, y'all? That's plain. Full circle. He's talking about the dispensation of the full circle. Because everybody that's Israel is not Israel. Only those that obey. Israel ended up getting shipped to the four corners of the earth into slavery because of their disobedience. They've been blinded. The scales was put on their eyes. They've been blinded. And even now, folks is blind, still don't know who they are. You got Israel that'll fight against the fact that they're Israel. It's been proven scripturally, historically. Come on, somebody. It's been proven even all the way down to the blood type. You got some folks that's made it out. And they still over there in the renamed Ethiopia, the Africa, because Africanus conquered Ethiopia. That continent over there, it's a continent. You know, you don't call people by a continent. But anyway, we've been deceived. But you got Israel that don't know they're Israel. They don't even recognize. It's so obvious there's only one people on the planet that's been shipped all over the world as slaves. That is so obvious. We start historically looking for other little slaveries. We are silly. We so Catholicized, we so messed up spiritually and personally that we fight against it. We join them and start fighting against who we are, and we join with them. We look for their scholars, see what they say about us. Them the jokers that put you in slavery. you want to look for their scholars to find who am I. He's telling me that I'm Israel now. There's more than slavery. There's more people than got shipped. No, you were taught that. The first thing you was taught was you was a slave. And your time clock started in 1611, 1619, whatever it was. Anyway, we need prayer, don't we? But the whole family in heaven and earth is called by that name. Colossians 3:17, whatsoever you do and word or deed, do all in the name of Yahudah, giving thanks to Yah the Father by him. It's a sermon there, so I'm going to go. Let's pray. Spirit of the Most High, we love you and thank you for this opportunity to come before you humbly as we know how, gleaning in the truth of your word. Thy word is truth. We need you. We believe you. We're seeking your face in these last and evil days. Continue to illuminate us. Cause us to Israel to wake up to who they are, and cause everyone that believes you, that's willing to walk away from their sins, be baptized into the Mashiach, Yahudah, being baptized in him, that you give us the knowledge of the height and the depth and the width, and the length of your love, of the power of your Ruach, that we be transformed by the renewing of our mind, so we can prove that which is good, acceptable, and your perfect will in these last and evil days. We trust you even for this, and we celebrate the victory in the matchless name of Yahushua HaMashiach. That's what we pray. Hallelujah, hallelujah, and amen. That was the lesson for this morning. We pray that the word found you and unbound you if he was bound. Who Yahudah set free is free indeed. Let him loose you from the shackles of sin, because he can. He got the power. He can do exceedingly abundantly above all you can ask or think. Aren't you asking for deliverance and thinking on his word? Then you good, because he can do beyond that. Give you the power to do it. If you're blessed by the word, and you the type that want to see somebody else blessed as well, feel free to push the share button if you like. If you like. If you're a supporter of this ministry, may Yah continue to bless you tenfold. And if you'd like to become a supporter of this ministry, you got the Cash App. Just put in 510-209-5818. Y'all want to talk about the word? Easy to do. All you got to do is dial 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Again, 302-202-1102, extension 815648. Hang out with us. Let's talk about the word. Only if you can. I know a lot of y'all working and busy. Y'all be Baruch, Barak Shalom. I'm gone.